Who gives a shit about your script? And how can we find them? Alright, following on from the last episode where we dived into the reasons why your work hasn't sold, today we deep dive into one of the hardest aspects of the job. How to get a busy ass producer to reply to you. Now, let's get to work, rascals. More often than not, we get so wrapped up in our end goal of selling our script or getting our film made that we don't really think of the small steps it takes to get there. Like, for instance, how are you supposed to sell your script when you can't even get a reply from a producer? And look, right off the bat, if they don't reply, it's not because they're jerks or anything. They're just busy. They may have read what you said and intended to reply, but then life got in the way. Or maybe your email was so jam-packed with information and requests, they really didn't even know what you were looking for. So today we're going to roll up our sleeves and look at crafting the best email that is designed to get a response. And we're looking at that keyword, response. We're not looking at selling your damn script from one email. Nope, we're looking at getting a response, an acknowledgement that they've received and read your message, and a reply with an answer to your request. Because that is the true first step of what you're looking for. Okay, let's get into the thick of it. First things first, your email has to be about one thing and one thing only. In marketing, we call this a call to action. That means that you're sending this email with a clear action that you want the reader to take. It may sound obvious, but usually this is where most email marketing fails. They try to get too much out of the reader in one go, and that gets confusing, that gets messy, and that gets poor results. Now what the CTA is depends on what you're looking to get. Is this a message to see if they might read your script? Or perhaps you're just offering some assistance in some area where you can provide value? This is a great one, and we'll chat more about this later. This could also be a follow-up email to see if they received your previous message. Either way, in all of these messages, the goal of the CTA is to get a positive response to your request. Yes, I would like to read your script. That sounds great. I would love some assistance in that matter. Sorry, meant to reply sooner. The email just got buried over the weekend. See what I mean? Okay, now that we know what we're looking for, here's the big question. How do we get these busy decision makers to actually reply? This is where the next couple of ideas really come into place. First off, get to the point. These peeps are busy. They don't have time to read your 10-paragraph email chock full of floral, robust detail. If you're lucky, they'll just skim it. Or if you've written it too pushy, then they'll avoid it like a giant green space rock. Once you've carved your message down to the specifics, now you add this little beauty. Create multiple choices for the potential answers they might deliver back. Yeah, canned responses. You know that they're so busy, you respect their time so much that you're going to provide the answers for them on their behalf. So now if they're really busy, they can just point to one of the options you've provided. And usually if they do this, they end up adding a little more context as well. And once they have sent that message back to you, you now have a reply. It could be positive, it could be negative, but it's a response and it's a precedent. Something you can call back to later, depending on what you've requested and what they've responded. I know what you're thinking. You want an example. Okay, so here's a version of this theory done by HubSpot for salesmen who've called a lead but haven't been able to reach them on the phone. Hi, first name. I've tried to reach you a few times to chat about blank as requested, but haven't heard back, which tells me one of three things. You're all set with your current blank provider. You're still interested but haven't had time to get back to me yet. You've fallen and can't get up. In that case, let me know and I'll call someone to help you. Please let me know which of these is correct. Fingers crossed it isn't number 3. You can reply to this email or reach me anytime at blank. Thank you and chat soon. Your name. As you can see, it's uber specific, straight to the point, contains canned responses, and has a dash of personality to it as well, which is always great. But the point is clear, respond to this message. And I know for a fact that this exact email works like gangbusters for sales agents, and I know for certain that it works with busy producers as well. Since you are a creative spirit, I'll let you come up with your own version of this email, but just make sure that it includes these points. Be very specific in your request, respect their time and don't drag it out, can the responses that you think they'll deliver, both positive and negative, and don't aim to get your ultimate goal out of this email. Aim to get a reply. Bonus points go to you if you include some kind of connection to how you know each other, whether you've met them before or if you know the same person. This will create a more familiar context. And that is it. How to get a reply from a busy producer. Pretty good, right? So what you need to do this week is select a decision maker that never got back to you and try this out for yourself. Okay, that's a wrap for now. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit that bell as well. Also, drop this video to another writing colleague. We need to build each other up. It's the best way that we're going to succeed in this industry. Now, let's get to work, Rascals.